We are back for another best bets video. UFC Jacksonville. Really looking forward to this card. Let's get right into it. So our first bet of the night is Amanda Ribas and over 1.5. I like this bet builder right here. You got Amanda Ribas. I think she's going to win this comfortably with her grappling and her overall activity. She's more active than Maycee Barber. Unless Maycee Barber gets a robbery decision, that could happen because she is the queen, I guess, of lucky decisions. But Amanda Ribas has the upside in this matchup with her grappling, her activity on the feet, and I like she's been so much better since she's came to 125, and the power of Maycee Barber isn't going to affect Amanda Ribas at this weight class 125. You know, we've seen Amanda Ribas at 115 take some big shots and she didn't really respond to them well, but at 125 she's looked like a completely different fighter. Should be 3-0 at this weight class, 2-0, 3-0. I think she's had 2 or 3 fights. She's got one loss. She lost to Caitlin Chikagian, but did she really? No, she didn't. So yeah, she's looked like a completely different fighter at this weight class. She beat Viviano Arugio in her last fight. Really good performance from her. Completely just dominated her from start to finish, and I had a bet on her bet against Amanda Ribas in that fight, and she just completely just destroyed my bet, to be honest. She made me look like a fool. But yeah, I'm really confident in this over 1.5 and Amanda Ribas. This is a really good for minus 115. You know, I just get that extra bit of juice. What is she now? I think she's around minus, let me just check this, minus like 200 or something that right now. Yeah, minus 200. I don't really want to pay that for a woman's fight, so I'll just go with the over 1.5 and Amanda Ribas. I think she'll win this over the 3 rounds, 30-27, 29-28. Hopefully the judges don't screw me this time on a Maycee Barber fight. Let's get on to our next bet. Our next bet is Brendan Allen taking on Bruno Silva and the under 2.5 in the Cody Brundage and Cedricus Dumas fight. I think this is a very, very good bet just because, you know, Brendan Allen does have this massive grappling advantage here, you know. Bruno Silva has been submitted in 6 out of his 8 losses, and, you know, he got completely destroyed by GM3, and if GM3 can just destroy you over the 3 rounds and basically KO you and submit you at the same time, gets dropped and then gets submitted right after getting dropped, I think Brendan Allen can do that to him, and even worse. Like, I really feel like Brendan Allen can find the submission victory in that second, maybe start of the 3rd round when Bruno Silva is really slowing down. The one thing I would say about Brendan Allen though, like, his defense is pretty dog shit, I'm not gonna lie, and Bruno Silva hits like a truck. So if Brendan Allen doesn't get these takedowns going off early, it could be a long night for my bet Brendan Allen. So hopefully he gets those takedowns pretty quickly in this fight, because if he's not, I'm gonna be slamming my desk, literally tipping it over, throwing my monitors out the window, and just smashing everything around me. Because if you're not, you know, going for a takedown against Bruno Silva, you're clear past the victory, and striking with him when you have, you know, he has good striking. I would say he has better overall striking than Bruno Silva, but he is hittable, so that is a worry. So yeah, I think Brendan Allen wins that pretty comfortably as well. You know, he's probably going to dominate most of it until he wins, you know, gets the submission victory, in my opinion. And then Cody Brundage for Cedricus Dumas, under 2.5. No way this goes the distance. Both guys don't have the best cardio. Both guys hit like a truck. Both guys have decent like submission, you know, offense. Maybe not the best submission defense from both of them. But yeah, I do see this not going the distance. I think Dumas can get the KO on the feet. Maybe get a guillotine when Cody Brundage shoots a bad takedown. Cody Brundage can get like a submission on the ground here. Can get a TKO on the ground. Can get a TKO on the feet. So I do feel like there's no possible way this hits the under 2.5. And in this bet, it's around plus 100, just like 0.03 under the plus 100. So I don't really know, because my betting like website Bet365 doesn't have the overall bet of the parlay, but I have 1.5 units to win 1.4 basically on this fight. Yeah, I really think that's a really solid bet. On to our next fight, one of my best bets, in my opinion, of the evening. Neil Magny taking on Philip Brun. I'm gonna have to go with Neil Magny and the over 1.5. I feel like this is kind of one of my favorite plays of the card, honestly. Neil Magny's a guy that strikes with volume, strikes with pressure. He doesn't mind fighting on his back foot, he doesn't mind going on the pressure, but Philip Brun's a guy that does slow down as the fight goes on. I do see Neil Magny after that round 1 just taking over and kind of dominating this fight as it goes along. He could find that submission in that 3rd round, as we like I said, Philip Brun doesn't have the best cardio, so I feel like Neil Magny can kind of do something similar to Daniel Rodriguez. What he did to Daniel Rodriguez, kind of won the fight as it went on and got that submission victory in that 3rd round. So yeah, I have to go with Neil Magny in this matchup. Nico Price outlanded Philip Brun in his last fight, and dude, Nico Price looked horrible in that fight. I'm just gonna be honest, Nico Price looked shit, and I feel like Neil Magny's a guy that wins fights that he should win and loses fights that he should lose. He really is that kind of guy. He beats Li Jingliang, beats guys like Daniel Rodriguez, beats guys like Max Grishin. Yeah, I feel like this is a lock, honestly. I don't know if it's a lock, but yeah, minus 105. 1.8 units to win, 1.6, 1.7, holy shit, do the math, buddy. 1.7 units, I really do feel like this is a great bet on this card. So yeah, Neil Magny, over 1.5. Cash it, baby. Our next bet is Zhalgas Zhumagulov and Randy Brown, 1.8 units to win 2.2 on this parlay. I really like this parlay, man. I think Randy Brown completely schools Wellington Turman over those 3 rounds. Wellington Turman coming down a weight class from 185. He's got good wrestling, good grappling, okay wrestling, not the best striking, and he had a weird chin at 185. What's it going to be like at 170? Randy Brown hits quite hard for a 170 pounder. Got really good striking, good range management, good head movement too, especially against a guy with Wellington Turman striking. It's not going to be where Della Maddalena, where it's like, oh, he has to watch out, moving his head like that. I think he'll be able to see all of these shots coming from Wellington Turman on the feet and kind of school him over the 3 rounds. Wellington Turman, the past week or something, said he's really falling in love with his striking, which is never a good sign ever when a grappler says that, when you're kind of dog shit on the feet. So I'm gonna have to side with my boy Randy Brown to win this fight by 3rd round TKO, maybe 2nd round TKO, as Wellington Turman slows down. And then Zhalgas Zhumagulov, Paddy Pimblett, the man, the myth, the legend, Zhalgas Paddy Zhumagulov. I'm gonna have to go with Zhumagulov in this matchup. Zhumagulov taking on a debutant, Joshua Van. Joshua Van does have some decent striking, but his grappling, I saw on tape, not the best grappling. And I think that Zhalgas Zhumagulov can win this fight everywhere it goes. Striking, he can win it on the ground, and he can just really mix it up and make it an MMA fight. If that makes sense. Obviously, it's an MMA fight, but you know what I mean. Mix in all the MMA, mix in all the martial arts. Had to think about that for a second. But yeah, I think that Zhumagulov can really, win this fight pretty comfortably. I think he'll win this 29, 28, 30, 27. Maybe Joshua Van comes out, wins the 1st round, kind of has an adrenaline dump, took it on short notice, 1 or 2 weeks notice. So I don't think he'll beat Zhalgas Zhumagulov over 3 rounds, to be honest. Some people are playing the under 2.5 plus 130. Interesting, but I'm just going to side with Zhumagulov. I'm pretty confident in this pick. Zhumagulov does like to play it close sometimes, does like to fight close with a lot of his fights, which is worrying, but I feel like he's the more skilled fighter, the better overall mixed martial artist, and he should be able to get this one done. And our next bet is Gabriel Santos and over 1.5 in the Tabata, Rici, and Jillian Robertson fight. I'm gonna have to go with Gabriel Santos in this matchup. Gabriel Santos, I think that he has better overall skill set in mixed martial arts. David Onama really has to rely on his hands, and I think that Gabriel Santos, from what we've seen in his last fight against Leroy Murphy, who in my opinion is better than David Onama, and Gabriel Santos should have won that fight on a week's notice. So I think Gabriel Santos wins this fight by I think he'll win it by decision. I really don't like those odds on the on the under 2.5 and like the fight doesn't go the distance. I think they're pretty juiced, to be honest. I think that Gabriel Santos will win this fight like 29-28, 30-27. Maybe David Onama wins that first round, but I see Gabriel Santos, as the fight goes on, like his last fight, really, you know, take the last 2-3 rounds pretty comfortably and win this fight. Like, he'll be able to kick Onama, be able to wrestle Onama, maybe not wrestling like extremely, just destroying him in the wrestling department, but I'm saying like mix it up so you can, you know, land your shots on the feet. I think Gabriel Santos will be able to win this fight pretty comfortably against David Onama. And then the over 1.5 in the Tabata Rici and Julian Robertson fight. I think this is a pretty solid over 1.5 as a parlay piece, minus 340. I really think that, you know, both girls are really decent on the ground. I think they'll be able to survive. If one gets on top, I think the girl on bottom will be able to survive on bottom. So yeah, I think this is a pretty solid bet. You know, Julian Robertson's going to have the big size advantage in this fight, coming up against Tabata Rici, who is quite small for 115 if you really think about it and compare it to other females in that division. So yeah, Julian Robertson, I'm going to pick her to win this fight, but I'm not obviously betting her. I don't know, it's kind of RNG, this fight. Like, it really is. Someone could win a scramble, change the outcome of this fight, and it could just destroy my bet. So yeah, I'm not gonna play this. I'm not gonna play a money line in this fight. I think the over 1.5 is pretty safe. Both girls decent on the ground. Both will be able to survive on bottom. So yeah, I think it's a decent bet. 1.5 units to win 1.3 units. And our last bet of the evening is going to be Josh Emmett versus Ilia Topuria. Fight starts round 2. Hear me out, minus 150. I really do love this bet. I think that both guys are very durable. Both guys have really good recovery, as we've seen. You know, Josh Emmett against Calvin Kattar had decent recovery when he got hurt, when he got dropped in that fight. And he can eat big shots, as we've seen in his last fight against Yair Rodriguez. And Ilia Topuria has a really good chin also, as we've seen in the Jai Herbert fight, when he literally had a massive head kick at massive knees that made his mouth guard go out. So yeah, I think this is a solid bet. Both guys very durable. It might be a sweaty one, but I think 2 units to win 1.5 is a pretty, you know, decent trade-off. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great bet. There's all my bets for UFC Jacksonville. Really looking forward to this card. If you like this video, drop me a like, drop me a sub, drop me a comment with all your bets, and I will see you guys in the next one, maybe Friday for MMA news reaction. I don't know. I will see you guys there. Have a good day. Peace.